Hi, my name is Courtney Sutherland. This is an analysis of Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, I Have a Dream. This is a very important speech in a pivotal time in American history. The I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King Jr. on August 28, 1963 is one of the most memorable speeches of all time. He was an activist who fostered nonviolent social disruption in the pursuit of equal rights. According to the Youth of Human Rights, King was an icon of the civil rights movement. His life and work symbolized the quest for equality and non-discrimination that lies in the heart of the American and human dream. He delivered his speech on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, where thousands upon thousands attended. He demanded racial justice and an integrated society for the Black community. He believed that everyone has the right of freedom and peace, and that no one is different. About 250,000 people gathered and listened to his immortal words. I have a dream that my 4 children will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character, according to Noble Media. The main message in King's speech is that all people are created equal, and although that was not the case in America at the time, he felt it must be the case in the future. In 1963, Southern states not only featured separate black and white schools, churches, and neighborhoods, but also separate black and white restrooms, drinking fountain, hotels, and restaurants. African Americans were also denied the right to vote. Whites could commit crimes against blacks with little to no punishment. Segregationists, who are people who liked things being separate between blacks and whites, their practices violated the 14th and 15th Amendment. The first half of King's speech does not portray an American dream, but rather catalogs an American nightmare. Martin Luther King was good at convincing the audience to feel the same way he did about controversial issues. He relied on rhetorical strategies such as analogies, parallelism, restatement to help persuade his audience. He had a commanding voice, which also inspired thousands. In his voice, he had a sense of hope, a change. He had desire for change. He had empathy, sympathy, deep sorrow for the suffering of others and the injustice visited upon them every day of their lives. He had a profound yearning for a better tomorrow. Towards the end, King departed from his prepared text for a more improvised approach, and it showed compassion, and it showed that he really was feeling what he was talking about. The audience Martin Luther King Jr. was directing his speech to was not the blacks that were assembled to hear his speech, but rather the whites. Of the estimated 250,000 people who attended, 60,000 of them were white. People came from all over the country. It was an enormous and diverse group, according to the Constitution Daily by NCC staff. The efforts of King have changed the country and the world for the better in noticeable ways. His vision has made the world a more equal place and has helped to ensure that minorities have a voice. Martin Luther King's speech has an impact on me by not only bringing equality and acceptance to everyone regardless of race, but by having passion for the cause. Everything he would do, he did it nonviolently, and I respect him for that, to get his point across, and he corrected things for African Americans. He spoke his heart, and his heart was the truth. Techniques I would use that Martin Luther King used would be eye contact. His eye contact was very strong. He also spoke from his heart. He had a strong presence, which, you couldn't say he wasn't there because he was there, and you knew he was there. His voice was strong, and he had deep emotion. King fought for equal rights between African Americans and white Americans, freedom and justice. Integration, after his speech, and I'm sure everybody else that were Black African Americans who fought for their rights, so eventually integration started to be visible. Rights were being restored for everyone, not just whites. Whites started to help and promote equal rights and fight for them. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, I Have a Dream, is recognized as one of the best speeches ever given. Thank you.